$20. So they're actually a pretty good price, all right? So this one I had ordered, and these were $13.99 for 12-pack, which were these, but then it's like, what, really, I can't refill them? I found that out afterwards, because you couldn't tell that on the pictures. So try to see if you can tell, if it doesn't say it on there. But this one has a cap that you have to use a little sharper object or maybe a knife for, and carefully you can pry it open, it'll come out. So it's a little cap that snaps in. You could reuse it, yeah. Now some people, what they do is they just put the drops right on top through here. But what happens is I've noticed these wicks actually break down over time, so they don't stay like this. After a while, the wicks themselves actually deteriorate. So you can't just keep putting drops in on the top. So ideally, you want to find something you can refill if you want to do that. But to refill it, it still doesn't come off really easy. You have to use a knife and kind of carefully pry it. All right. So I won't recommend that, because I don't want to have anybody call me and say they got bad cuts or anything. But just know that you can. Okay. So those are removable. This won't be removable. You'll see. I'll make this one. The ones I gave you in the goodie bag, I think, are all this kind, because those are the ones I had left. I didn't have many of these other ones left. They all work the same. All right. So what we're going to be doing is I typically put the wick just vertically like that. You can put it horizontally too, but then the oil is going to travel further down. I kind of like to keep it like this. Some people do it horizontally too, depending on how much you want to balance these things out, okay? So, and I just actually just hold it when I do it. So the oils that I'm going to use are going to be the one for the cough and congestion. Let's see which ones they are. We're going to do the cold congestion for 2 years and older. 3 peppermint drops, 2 lavender drops, 1 eucalyptus, and 1 chamomile drop. So let me find all those essential oils and make sure we got those. I got peppermint right here. We're going to look for lavender, eucalyptus, and chamomile. All right. Lavender we got right here. Eucalyptus. Yep. And when you get the chamomile, get the Roman chamomile. These are about the same, but Roman chamomile is known to be supposedly more calming and soothing. And this also, but this is the only one I could find at that time, okay? So what you'll be doing is simply using the drops. So peppermint will do 3 drops. So I just hold it like that, and we're gonna let 3 drops come out. Sometimes when you turn these over, it takes a little bit of time for it to come out. 1, 2, 3. Now let's say if you get 4 drops on there, don't throw it away, just use it. All right, so we're not going to be doing exact science here. Yeah, these are approximates, all right? So peppermint, can you smell the peppermint already? Mm-hmm. Okay, peppermint, lavender, 2 drops of lavender. And sometimes these can be really, really strong, so you might even, if you don't like it or your child doesn't like it, then you just decrease it. But it's more the combination that you're using that is going to do the trick. 1 and 2 of lavender. And we'll do eucalyptus, and then we'll do chamomile also. Eucalyptus, this is what the koala bears eat, right? And then chamomile. Chamomile is really a nice, soothing fragrance. There's a really important topic I don't have in my manual that I'll just tell you guys about, and I'll mark that in here so I can add that in for later, is when we were doing this class, and as I'm doing this now, I'm very sensitive to fragrances and colognes and things, and I get really bad headaches and stomach aches. But I don't with these, and I didn't know why the heck I wasn't getting a really bad headache with these fragrances. And it turns out that fragrances aren't really real. They're all chemicals, and the chemicals that are used in fragrances are what gives you the headache. They're not real essential oils. So these are actually real plant materials, and so they're not anything like a real cologne. And so now my wife can finally wear something, and she wears some drops of jasmine essential oils as a fragrance. and it smells really nice. Doesn't cause any headaches or anything for me, so I don't get crabby, and she likes it a lot too. So there is a difference between a fragrance that you buy at the store and perfumes versus essential oils. Okay, so now you have the drops on the top, and you're going to put this on top. So you don't want to put the drops on the bottom like that. So I'm going to make sure the drops are on top also. So that's going to go in there. And I'm going to take the backing, whatever backing it came with, we're going to seal it. This is incidentally has to be pressed pretty hard, so I press it down, then I use a tabletop or something, and I press it down further so it seals. These other ones you can snap on, but you might have to put some pressure on to close it. Now if you want to pass this around, you can, and you can just, when you're done, then you close it. Okay, so why don't you guys take a minute.
That lasts?
It'll probably last a good 3 months easily. I made one for my wife for nausea and vomiting, and it was like a good 2 or 3 months. I think it was really strong still. So why don't you guys take a look and see which of these combinations you want to try making, and use the space over there or over here and make them.